Sunday, 5 November 2023, Camaragal Country, Waverton, Lower North Shore. "4:17 p.m. The pumpkin curry was cooking. She put it to simmer as low as it could go, with the lid slightly off, and then she took a walk around her neighbourhood. It was rainy, and so she wore the parka. She walked past 100 Bay Road, opposite her house, Bar Quattro. The Latin Jazz Trio were doing their thing, just like every Sunday. She knew her life was as good as life could get. She walked past the jazz trio and the people dining, and she looked towards the supermarket. She looked across the track and she could see the harbour bridge peeking through. She had palm trees all around her, balmy weather, a beautiful flat overlooking a quiet, peaceful palm tree garden that in the springtime was blooming with all kinds of camellias of all colours, and that would fall to the ground with petals everywhere. Though her neighbour complained about the mess they made, she loved those petals, and every day she would go to pick up the fallen flowers and arrange them along the brick wall and drop into the garden to recycle those ones that were now turning to mush from the rain, the winter rain. She loved the jazz trio, and now she could see that someone had put Christmas decorations on the lampposts outside her house. They were circle wreaths of orange and gold and silver baubles. And then she saw, facing them on the other side of the street, those palm trees that peeked up through the concrete, and that the builders had lovingly carved triangles from the concrete alcove, and so that the palm trees could peek up through. There was certainly love and attention to how this neighbourhood was arranged. She walked along the footpath and she stopped to smell the gardenias growing at 73, the other side of the French bistro from her house. They were forming a hedge, and there was one of those European awnings, semicircular, with the scalloped edge covering the doorway. And next to that was the Waverton Uniting Church Community Centre. The sign said that this hall was one of the oldest buildings in Waverton, built by volunteer labour and opened in 1926 as a temporary preaching place and Sunday school for the Crow's Nest Circuit of the Methodist Church. In the 1950s, local people gathered here to watch nightly television broadcasts. The original structure had been retained largely unaltered. In 1970, the hall stopped operating as a place of worship and it became the Crow's Nest, part of the Crow's Nest Uniting Church, and continues, the sign says, to serve Waverton as a community centre. a sign erected by the North Shore Historical Society. Who says that history is not important? Oh yes, it is. She thought to herself. The stories mean everything to her. A storyteller, a lover of the story. What is the story? Story. It's in the name. Store. To store happy memories. A story is a storage place for memories, a storage place for wisdom, for love. A story is a store, a container, and we put into the container that is the story those feelings, concepts, thoughts, shapes, memories that we wish to hold on to and to help build the scaffolding, the path that we will tread as we travel forward. That is what a story meant to her.